Welcome to the Hustling podcast. Today we are joined by CEO and co-founder Ben Wunderman of Packsmith. Hi there, Ben. How are you doing?
Oh, wow. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you on. Please do tell us more about Packsmith for folks at home who might not be familiar with the work that you guys do.
Absolutely. So Packsmith is building the next generation of sales and distribution tools for growing e-commerce brands. So we're a logistics focused company that's solving distribution and sales for e-commerce brands via logistics. And what that means fundamentally is that we solve the last mile problem for e-commerce brands in the beauty, skincare, fashion, jewelry industries primarily. We focus on other categories as well too. Wellness is a big one for us. And what our product and platform does is reduces that last mile distance, reduces carbon emissions from delivery, reduces delivery time, and also reduces delivery cost. But that comes with a set of platform tools that enables brands to succeed in distribution sales as D2C or growing e-commerce brands. That's the focus of what we're building.
Sure. I mean, of course, when you're talking about logistics, there's usually quite a lot of moving parts in the process. Maybe walk us through how that looks like for you guys. I mean, of course, there's a platform that you guys have, but obviously there's also work that's happening on the ground. Maybe walk us through how that sort of operation sort of looks like.
Absolutely. So the revolutionary piece of our platform is that we enable folks from home, we call them Packsmiths, to fulfill orders from these growing e-commerce brands in a distributed network manner. So individuals in their homes can fulfill these orders via our mobile platform. And those orders are then picked up by a national carrier like the Postal Service here in the United States or in Australia. Our two markets right now are Australia and the United States. Then those get delivered to customers, to end customers who are purchasing those products via Shopify. So the Shopify platform that we're building upon here, the Shopify brands that we're working with, and that's the supply side of our business. So we're a marketplace, but we're a SaaS-enabled managed marketplace. And on the brand side, brands get access to brand dashboard tooling and the Packsmith platform itself that extracts information from their Shopify store in real time, enabling them to make decisions about inventory, production, sales and distribution, and logistics in a really easy to use way that helps them make better decisions about how distribution for their product should work. That's the goal at Packsmith, is to help these brands grow efficiently through this distributed network and enable Packsmiths to earn decent income working on the platform, but also to ensure that things get delivered on time to customers around the world who are ordering products from these growing brands.
Sure. I mean, it sounds like at the center of this, there's quite a lot of efficiency and quite a lot of solution orient ways of working. I'm interested in how the platform has been received so far. What's the traction like?
It's been fantastic. So we've been around for about a year now across both of our markets, but we've grown quickly across both Australia and the United States. We've shipped over 5,000 packages globally, and we've just hit over 1.2 million in GMV on the platform. We have 25 signed customers and revenue generating partners on the platform, and we've built a substantial amount of product to support all of the work that we're doing, both on the Packsmith side, the supply side, as well as on the brand side and all the tooling to support brands as they grow. So it's been an exciting time for us.
Sure. I mean, I'm sure with this kind of product, it comes with sort of different unique challenges and maybe also quite innovative projects. What kind of unique challenges are you guys maybe tackling at the moment where you guys could see yourself leveraging, excuse me, some contract work from some of our network?
Absolutely. It's a fascinating business to build. If you're interested in a complicated operational business that is tech enabled, right? It's really taking things that have not been tech enabled in the past and making them as tech enabled as possible. We don't even like the term tech enabled. We think this is pure technology that we're building here. We're not enabling anything to happen. We're building technology that really supports efficient operations that haven't been done before. And that's kind of new territory for folks if they're interested in engaging on those type of problems. Particularly, there's kind of three areas we're focused right now, which is social media and marketing, getting kind of engagement across both sides of our marketplace. We have a really interesting product for brands that we can offer in a variety of different ways to them via social media channels. But we're also at the same time bringing Packsmith onto the platform and engaging with that audience in a very different way. So that's an interesting social media marketing and marketing problem that we're solving for. That's the number one thing we're looking for now, is assistance in building that out in really creative ways and leveraging both existing content and new content to tell that story. Secondarily, data and understanding how all of our operational metrics and data solutions fit together. If there are folks who have that expertise across data and operational businesses, particularly in marketplace businesses, we're the next most exciting challenge for you in that space. And then lastly, it's on the ground operations. If you've had success in the past building out these type of heavily operational businesses that require scrappiness, require a really keen understanding of cities and suburbs and transportation, especially if you're someone who has a background in transportation, including in the academic world, that's super relevant for what we're doing right now. So building out great operational strategies is number 3. So sales and marketing, but particularly focused on social media marketing and marketing strategy, data and operational data structures across the business, data science, and then lastly, that operational planning and strategy piece, particularly folks who have a background in transportation planning.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Ben. I think as you sort of mentioned some of the work and the projects that you guys are doing, and I mean, especially now, I can't imagine the demand, because I mean, almost everyone is sort of shopping and doing a lot of consuming and moving things online. I'm interested in what sort of, how do I phrase this? I want to ask, in terms of the future, where do you guys sort of see yourselves, as you guys continue to grow, and obviously as the space sort of continues to expand? I suppose what's to come, insofar as, expanding and scaling up for Packsmith?
This is going to be a big business, right? This is a big space that we're building. It's a $7.2 trillion market globally. It's a $1.2 trillion market in the United States alone. E-commerce is the next big thing in tech. We are very certain of that, but it's a slow burn, right? E-commerce has been with us since the beginning of the internet, since the beginning of mobile, right? But we've only now, in the last few years, particularly with the acceleration that COVID provided, really enabled e-commerce to work in efficient ways across geographies. That's the future, right? Is figuring out how to solve for these problems that enables e-commerce to scale faster, but also scale better in terms of the social impact of what e-commerce can do for societies and for economies and for small businesses, but also the negative externalities that come with e-commerce, right? Warehousing is a massive problem environmentally. It's a massive problem in terms of the impact on communities across the country and around the world. And that's something we're passionate about solving for. That's one of the motivating things for us behind this project, is ensuring that we can solve for those challenges as we grow. So this will be $1 billion company in the next 5 years, a $10 billion company in the next 8 years, because of the size of this challenge and the scale at which it's growing. That's the exciting thing, and also the challenge of working with Packsmith and solving for these problems as we grow.
Yeah, sounds quite exciting. And I mean, I'm really interested in seeing, the growth, because like, again, when I think about the space, we're not seeing a lot of disruptors that are sort of thinking dynamically and in a very innovative and creative way of solving some of the issues that can be found, whether it's logistics in the sense of, moving stuff around, whether it's, as you mentioned, warehousing. So I think, yeah, it's quite an exciting space. Thank you so much for your time, Ben.
Thanks for having me.
Sure.